All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start solving the multiplication equation. I'm going to use the standard algorithm. You can use whatever works for you. I'm doing 1,657 times 29. Hang on, I got to put paper underneath. So we start in our ones place. 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 6 is 51. 9 and 6 is 54. 54 and 5 is 59. 9 and 1, sorry, that's kind of supposed to be over it. 9 and 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. 9 and 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Now I can go ahead and say goodbye. Kill the captain, drop the bomb, and sweep the deck. And I could do 2 times 7, which is 14. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Then I go ahead and add my partial products, starting in the ones place. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. And I'm getting a total of 48,053. 48. Oh, it's there. Beautiful. All right, our next one. Give an example of a composite number and explain why. There's definitely not a lot of room here, so we'll try to do our best with explaining in a little amount of space. My composite number, I'm just going to pick the number 10 because I can, for my explanation, I'm just going to list the multiples. So like 1, or the factors, 1 and 10, you can multiply to get to 10. I could also do 2 and 5, and I know because there's more than just 2 factors of 1 and 10 to get to 10, so I know it's a composite number. Okay, all right, our next one, find the value of h. So we're going to go ahead and subtract 458,024, and we're going to take away 97,206. We got to start in our ones place. Can I have 4 and take 6 away? No, so I need to borrow. Now I'm going to do 14 minus 6, which should be 8. 1 minus 0 is 1. I can't have 0 and take 2 away, so I need to borrow again. Now I can do 10 minus 2, which is 8. 7 minus 7 is 0. 5 minus 9 I can't do, so I have to borrow again. 15 minus 9 is 6. 3 minus 0 is 3. Now, if you remember, a good way to check your work is doing that inverse operation. If you want to pause the video and use the inverse and then check back with me. Okay, so what I did was my inverse where I basically just took this and made it this way. So if I was correct, it would equal my minused, and it is. It is, in fact, correct. So I know my correct answer for h, or value for h, is 360,818. Okay, let's move on to the last one for today. Mrs. Andrews walked 18,027 steps on Monday, 22,527 steps on Tuesday, and 8,906 steps on Wednesday. How many steps did Mrs. Andrews walk in 3 days? Round your answer to the nearest 1,000. So this is actually a 2-part question. First, we need to just add them up. And simply, we have 3 add-ins. We have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then once we get that sum, we're going to round it to the nearest 1,000. So let's get started. We have 18,027. I only like to add 2 at a time because I make mistakes when I have a lot of add-ins. So I'm going to add Monday, and I'm going to add Tuesday, and then when I'm all done, I'll add Wednesday to it. So 7 and 7 is 14. 2, 4, 5. 5 and 0 is 5. 8 and 2 is 10. 2, 3, 4. So for Monday and Tuesday, I have 40,054. So now I'm going to add Wednesday's amount to that. And Wednesday, I clearly didn't walk as much on Wednesday. Must have rained or something. I only had 8,000. So 6 and 4 is 10. 5, 6. 9 and 5 is 14. 8 and 1 is 9. 4 and 0 is 4. So I had a total of 49,460 steps. So now I can round it to the nearest 1,000. Because I'm rounding to the nearest 1,000, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my number out, underline my thousands place, look to the right, and say my riddle. 0 to 4, I stay on the floor. 5 to 9, I climb the vine, meaning it gets bigger. The 4 stays on the floor, which means this is going to stay the same. These all become 0. So it's about, or approximately, 49,000 steps that I walked in 3 days. Not too shabby.